Locked in.
Actually, Mystic's played it in his career. Quadriflex?
Could be. Hey, look. Wouldn't be the first time I see Xayah in the mid lane. Okay. It would be the first time that I see it played well in the mid lane. But, you know, ranked is ranked.
Wait, so are you saying ruler Gragas?
It's possible. I'm just saying there's a chance, Larry. I'm just saying.
I feel like there'd be a higher chance of ruler just moving to play Xayah mid rather than ruler actually playing the Gragas himself.
Oh, ye of little faith. I believe in you, ruler. I think you can pull it off. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to find out how to gauge.
Buffs last other ways, so.
And around the map, Spider-Manning.
I like the way that Riot went about the boss.
Okay. Luckily, LPL and LCK are on the same patch now, so that's very convenient for us. All right, they're going to ban the Rumble again. Saw it last time, taking out Cassante and Sejuani. Obviously, there's a lot more ADCs that are left up here, and Annie's left up compared to LCK. I don't really understand the Xayah preference here for ruler. It may be something about Abel's champion pool that I'm unaware of. He does just opt into the Aphelios against it again, which is a bit curious. It's probably a top Gragas because it's JDG.
Carry jungler.
That's something that could be on the cards here. Braum.
Imira says JDG emphasize winning lane super hard. Okay. They do better when they have that priority.
Of 369. So I like it. Syndra takeaway, and now this is where 3 times.
Syndra, obviously one of Knight's very famous champions.
And also
Viego
is always a recipe for potential opportunity.
Super weird that they don't prioritize Elise or Caitlyn. I don't really understand.
He's there, and now it's about the Yone or these other AD champions like.
Okay, run out of glass.
I think just going right back to the Akali makes a lot of sense.
But last time the
jungle is still coming with the Gragas in the top lane. Engage in easier ways to play off of the aggressive plays that JDG.
I wonder how JDG's lane emphasis would work against T1. Probably badly.
Yeah.
Probably badly.
If the Renata's going to be able to have an impact, you are up against ruler Xayah, though. I mean,
like what lane does JDG win? Right? Mid lane? But like Zeus is super good in top lane. That's not a guaranteed win. And then with how Gumayushi, I mean, I don't think they win bot in the current meta with Keria playing all of these super aggressive AD carries. The Keria Gumayushi is setting the trend in bot lane worldwide. I think they smashed ruler and missing.
Skin for the champion. I feel like the gods of JDG smiling down on the team. Ruler joins the squad, then Xayah comes straight into the meta. It feels
like,
pretty good.
Do you really think you're going to beat T1 by like early picking Xayah Rakan? You're not. You're going to get crushed.
But we're still here.
Yeah.
We're still here.
Is that a happy laugh or?
Well, yes.
You know what? We got runes on screen. Is last time.
I don't know about Weibo, man. Weibo tilts me a bit. I love EDG, watching EDG now, though. EDG, I haven't seen the EDG LNG series yet, but I really enjoy EDG.
It's got to earn a second skin on Xayah.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what teams have skins for what champions skins.
I have the ruler Xayah skin.
Oh, do you?
I've seen his signature many times while recalling after crashing the wave so I can get my early cull. You know? Cheater recall, man.
Maybe it's one of those things where if you... Actually, I can see maybe not wanting to use your own skin. I feel like it'd be way funnier to use someone else's skin than it would be your own. Because using your own would just feel kind of weird.
I feel like we don't see too many. But I think, like, Gimgoon used his own Gangplank skin.
Yeah.
A fair amount. I'm trying to think if there are any other examples, honestly. It might just be Gimgoon.
You know, just like GP, Gimgoon, what a good guy. I miss him too.
Yeah, I miss him too.
But actually coming into the game, you know, one of the things you were saying was maybe OMG having a better early game, at least in terms of lanes. Once again, they're gonna do fine. Like your bot lane.
I mean, the setup for Viego is pretty great in the bot lane too.
Now gonna have some pressure with what the Renata
I mean, if Kanavi and the Viego gets into a 3v3 bot, you really gotta feel that they're gonna do well pre-6. Post-6, though, I think JDG is going to have a lot of issues post-6. That Renata Glass Gold is going to be very strong counter-engage.
Because once we get into the 5v5s, I think OMG should be favored if they aren't at the same goal deficit they last time. Great front line.
Yeah, I agree with Lyric here.
Threat on backline with flanks from
They actually have a much better composition than they did last time. The Scion's going to be huge. The Xayah and the LeBlanc, I mean, they have no damage to kill Scion. Who's going to kill Scion? LeBlanc? No. I don't even know why LeBlanc was picked in this game. Why was LeBlanc the last pick in this game? Just for synergy with Viego? Who kills Scion?
Constantly pummeling Cream with those Qs and even aggressively using distortion. Just went again. Cream now like 5% of his HP. Maybe even took a third shot, just didn't care.
Like, it feels as though JDG just thinks they're going to have an extremely large early game snowball like they did last time, and that's how they win. Xayah late game with 4 items can shred Scion? I guess we'll find out.
With that Airy. Great by him to, again, gonna need to look for the punish now coming back with the mana crystal. So even more reasons to be able to look for these aggressive trades, even if you aren't necessarily always connecting with distortion damage like Knight did just there.
It was not worth the time to kill Scion.
Come back into lane, your full HP. Knight manages to find the change straight off the bat and half health here. And the wave pushing away from Cream as well. Unless the cannon.
I mean, who's gonna kill Aphelios? Once he has Bloodthirster. I don't think LeBlanc can.
So at least with where we're at so far, I mean, with the fact that JDG haven't made anything happen.
What patch is LPL on? 13.4.
For Viego, it's usually about getting that level 6 online before you really see like a huge shift in tempo of the game. Things for OMG have been fine. We'll see if they stay fine. Kanavi does have Smite.
Yeah, both junglers with Smite available here. Saved by Aki. And now the duel, but Aki not having any of it. Zips straight over the wall. Can I double check it in case that is a...
I don't think the LeBlanc is weird if you're playing around Viego LeBlanc in the early game, but it doesn't make sense if you think this is going to go to somewhat of an even state in the late game.
Be able to get away, or even just say hello to you after casually getting your turret plate down to like 5 HP.
Yeah, that next demolish is going to get some serious value right there. It's 369 just completely and utterly ignoring Chanji. Chanji doing a fine job though, maintaining CS, which is all he really needs to do in this matchup for the early stages.
Now both AD carries coming back with some items. Noon Quiver for Abel. We got tier 2 boots and a longsword for Ruler.
That's close. If Chanji goes just a little bit further upwards, perhaps 369 can finish a kill there. TP available for Chanji, so he shouldn't make too much sense.
Even with his HP, that would have been a bit of a tall ask for 369 to be able to find the kill. But just want to focus on bot lane. This is where OMG need to find something. It's where they've been strong so far in this game.
Missing them just to zip out. Now Kanavi can target instead as Aki goes forwards. But Ruler still more than willing to be a part of this play. Stepping forwards, aggressing on towards Abel, and forcing OMG back. Feathers don't connect though. I think that'll be the end of the play.
Kanavi, and even JD's bot lane are dodging out, doing a great job of making
sure it's big lead for Knight in the mid lane.
Find a small advantage for himself in terms of CS. And we've seen they've been the ones keeping up that pressure in the bot lane.
Missing.
Justifying the LeBlanc pick for now, I just question what it's going to do later on.
His limits on this Rakan knows that he can jump in and still be able to get back out to Ruler. And I feel like I've seen a few Rakans recently in the LPL that don't necessarily know the limits of the champion super well. Often go too deep. Not been seeing that from Missing.
No, Missing has just been a standout. Which is great to see, right? Thinking back to the earlier days on WE where did look good, and you know, maybe not the superstar that it feels like he's really making his way towards becoming these days, but still always a player of promise. Then when WE went through those tough times, really hard for anyone on that team to shine through, even though we knew talent was there. So
thoughts on Leandri's LeBlanc instead of Ludens? I think Leandri's is fine for professional teams because they are able to coordinate and reliably get poke damage off on LeBlanc around objectives. So you end up dealing a lot more damage over the course of an extended dance around an objective. Plus, you know, professional teams are also able to itemize and play around LeBlanc burst better. So I think it's fine. I wouldn't play it in solo queue, but I think it's good. I think it's good in the professional game.
Well, let me remind you why you banned LeBlanc in game number 1. Let me remind you how bad this matchup is.
800 gold lead on Knight in that mid lane. 369 was one making up the rest of the gold lead that JDG have in top. So great by the two soul laners. Missing.
But zips on out. And often the way with Rakan. Rulo will be able to clear this wave away. It is a small CS lead in the bottom side in favor of OMG, but
also I think you have to consider the kind of comp that you're playing with it, which, you know, if you have the Xayah, you're going to be poking pretty heavily as well. So you probably want to opt into a pretty lengthy poke period before you commit to an objective, especially because OMG can have a big tank line and wants to fight front to back with their composition.
So you're going to maintain control of mid. They pick up Rift Herald. 369 to top and hasn't had to move down.
I mean, Knight's smashing his lane with this Airy build. But I think that JDG just wanted to play. I mean, they smashed the early game so hard last game. I think they just wanted to play to see if they could snowball a lane advantage. But they're only 1k up, and I think OMG has a pretty distinct edge in the late game.
It's probably good for OMG that JDG haven't started stacking early dragons or able to look for that off their bot prio, but might get a fight now.
Trying to start something, missing with a knock-up, but it's onto the clone. Knight has moved over as well. Ruler is actually flanking on the Xayah here, trying to pinch OMG. He's forcing them towards that dry brush. They can make a play on towards Ruler.
Okay, he got rooted.
Not enough threat there from OMG to force it out.
Feeling confident because he has the Feather Storm, has Cleanse Flash all available, and OMG's composition definitely wants you right in front of him to get max value out of the Renata ult, into Cyclone, into, again, how all of these moving pieces just work together to be able to burst JDG out in one go. And now it's going to set up for Herald, but I think OMG might just be able to stop this.
This is kind of a weird Herald, honestly. Like, perhaps not intended to be thrown. Shanji knocked back here. 369 is a tank, but he's doing a lot of damage. That barrel's zoning. Shanji gets
E cooldown.
Needs cooldowns. Shanji has a shield. 369.
Ooh.
Attempt,
I love watching 369's Gragas. Oh, he's gonna dive in with the W.
Under the tower. You called it, Lyric. 369 walks away with his life, with a solo.
I fucking love watching 369 play Gragas. This guy. It's so gross how many 1v1 kills he gets on this champion.
For a while now, but 369 really has made his champion his own. Like,
Herald probably was a sweeper. He forgot he had it. It happens to the best of us.
A Gragas skin. I feel like 369 is Gragas.
I feel like there would need to be some kind of pizza-based animation in there. There's a little jab at Casa that ended up being the case. If 369 ever gets a Gragas skin, please make him eat pizza in the recall or something.
Getting to see how it goes down. Goes for the ult. Beautiful. Even right into the grass proc to get more damage coming on through. Shanji able to dodge around the Q, but he's just so low at this point. He's in a tough spot though, right? Either you leave and you're giving up 1.5, maybe 2 waves, or you accept the death and then maybe use your passive to at least pick up some of that, but 369 now having Sunfire Cape online. We have Black Cleaver coming out for Kanavi. A lot of these item breakpoints being hit by the top side of the map for JDG. Again, we need to pull attention to bottom lane for OMG, because that is where the Gale Force fleet are able.
369 really wants to get this plate, but his Sunfire Cape is ruining everything. Stays close enough that he can grab it. He's just proxy waves. He doesn't care at this point.
Do whatever he wants. Get the ward down. I kind of even expected him to just stay over for the ground, but I guess leaving that for your own jungler who has smite makes a lot more sense, and be able to get more value out from that is JDG actually might look towards mid first. Cream has flash, and I think he should have Shroud up.
Shuriken lands. Oh, the chains not going to be committed to there from Knight. I thought he was just going to keep going further on there, trying to set up for Kanavi. But Kanavi going to be happy to take these wolves and continue to build himself this lead over Aki, who's moving in right now. Smite fight, Kanavi wins it. Shanji moving over, try and collapse on the JDG jungler.
Oh, nice dodge.
Viego does as Viego will do. Ults out.
Feels really low.
Close one, but won't quite find the knockup. Able to walk away. I feel like that has been the story of this game so far. Like, very close to things happening, but both teams playing this very slow and steady and careful.
And JDG, I mean, they're just incrementing small advantages. So they've been fine with how things have gone. But even for OMG.
Oh, God, guys.
Fine.
Jumps in, starts hitting 369. He's like, actually, I don't want this at all. It just jumps back over the wall. Abandons Shanji for the 1v1.
But again, theoretically for OMG, there has been no huge explosion so far. So you're still going to get to a point where hopefully you can take these front to back. Problematic things are like, okay, how much damage is your colleague going to be able to contribute to team fight? How tanky will Shanji be when he's starting to fall items behind 369? But I think a lot of it's still going to be down to, like, Kanavi able to reset and Knight able to put damage onto Abel. If they manage to protect Abel, then they have exactly what they need to be able to bring this game back.
Back here, ulting Kanavi here. Kanavi's ult still on cooldown right now. Kanavi down.
Ooh, nice. Handing it over to Cream, too.
Barely dodges a shuriken.
They handed it over to Cream. Now he's, like, right back in this game.
A little bit more harassed now.
Kanavi not able to flash away. His ult was just about to be up.
All right, ever Frost LeBlanc. So they actually are committing to the 0 damage.
CC chain coming through, and then Cream able to follow up.
That's bold.
Rick Herald is going to be up in 30 seconds, so this at least should be able to turn into OMG, hopefully getting some vision. They've already
Who is going to kill anybody this game? You have a Gale Force Saya, Everfrost LeBlanc, and you're playing into Scion.
Closing that goal gap slightly. Still be a pretty hefty lead for Knight, I'd wager, but at least being able to get closer to those items. Like Cream finishing that mythic is going to be so crucial for OMG being able to function in these team fights.
Yeah, and
oh, cooldown boats too. I guess Knight's just there to provide crowd control. He can tickle you with distortion over and over and over again.
Very mobile mage on the LeBlanc. So it's really going to be, feels like potentially a counter reaction to whatever JDG.
Yeah, he's going to round it out with a Banshee's Veil and his Zonias, guys.
Then you're just jumping on whichever target does get locked down.
Knight actually almost going down here. Knight burning on.
Wow, he does so much damage. What good thing he got all of that CS ahead, guys.
That doesn't make sense. A medium combo there.
He's really using that 40 CS advantage that he got. Watch this. Remember, this is a support Renata Glass 3 levels lower than him. Well, to be fair, he did have bone plating there. That was with bone plating, so he would have done more damage normally.
Huge little combo. Huge little combo. That doesn't make sense. A medium combo then. From Abel and PB got onto Knight.
It just shows, like, being LeBlanc, having to jump into champions like the Renata, having the handshake there, sets up for a lot of damage to be traded in return. JDG in the meantime, Havoc Kanavi just starting this one up, but TP coming through from Shanji.
The fight on our hands here. 1v5 for now is Knight up to the top side. Cream already arriving.
Who's supposed to kill Scion, guys? This is their team comms right now. All right, who's gonna kill Scion? Who's gonna kill Scion? Hello? Team? Team?
One of those things we were highlighting for OMG. This is where their composition thrives.
Front to back team fight. Yeah, just opt into that, JDG. Yep. That's how you win this game. Just opt into the front to back team fight. Yes. Yes.
This should even be able to guarantee a second charge if they want to.
Yes.
Looks like they will back away. The Ruler should be able to finish this one off. Yep, okay, just managed to find the eye.
So valuing the tempo from the reset with Dragon up at 15 seconds to be able to get there and hopefully contest. We see her again. Shanji's presence in the first 6, zoning them out.
That's kind of unlucky, by the way. That's kind of unlucky. 369 almost got the Aphelios in there, but he got PP got in there instead. Oh.
Zoning them out from the play, using the ulti to find the knockup.
Flash out into Renata ult.
To zone the members of JDG out. When they're competition
Ugh.
of champions that want to jump in, that want
Good play by, good engage by Aki.
It just sets up for Cream and Aki to start being able to pick up the skills.
OMG now off those tempo resets, trying to contest this Drake. Kanavi pulling it out of the pit. Still DPSing away. Aki in the area. 2K on the Drake though. This might just go down, but the reset comes through. Aki now in the back of the pit. 2K on the Dragon. I think JDG might be backing away. Kanavi moves back in. It's a smite fight. Kanavi wins it for the second time today. And now Abel in trouble as Ruler just dives onto the enemy AD carry. But Abel survives. The reset comes through from Renata. And it's 2 kills for OMG. JDG losing back-to-back fights. Cream wants more, but he won't find it.
The Renata pick continues to find value against JDG. Abel managing to survive.
What do you think Knight's rationale for Everfrosted Lucidity boots is? I don't fucking know, man.
Furthering their gold lead, picking up another turn on top of this, and just
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you smash your lane like this and then spend your money in this way. This guy just made $1 million and spent it all on like gold-plated spinning rims for his car.
Not really impactful whatsoever.
And not investing in, you know, real estate or stocks.
And pretty much in any fight going forward, you don't want to look for exactly a 5v5. You need to find those moments like right before a fight starts or like during the setup to find an isolated kill, get a pick. And then potentially, it's like, hey, we've already got our reset online for the Viego. Like, Knight's cooldowns can come back on very quickly. And then you can start turning that into, you know...
Who's he picking? Renata with bone plating, Aphelios with a huge... He could build Leandries.
Yeah. Worth mentioning the Cream.
At least he'd have some synergy with Xayah for poke. I mean, look, the LeBlanc... The LeBlanc is a bad pick. Okay? He clearly picked it because he thought he could dominate the Akalian lane, which he did, but then he used it to buy garbage.
And Abel having a great game as well. He's been able to just kind of sit back, scale up, which is exactly what you want as an Aphelios. And the Renata from PP God saving his skin in that previous fight.
I really just can't.
He literally R5'd LeBlanc.
How good I think this Renata is into what JDG have picked up and how fights are going to have to be taken. Not like JDG really have a composition that can play out through sides. Like Gragas Sion going to be a wash. Cream going to be getting to a point where he's the one that has pressure over the LeBlanc side of the matchup, and it isn't just about, you know, being locked in the lane where you're getting poked out. It's these extended side lanes where all the mobility and all the potential that Cream has will be able to pay off.
Yeah. Start trying to find those opportunities. Still a big CS lead in that side lane for Knight. Has been able to maintain what he built up earlier on in the game. But now we're kind of in a weird spot for JDG, where we're beyond 15 minutes, we're 20 minutes now.
No, I mean, I think Azir probably would have been better here. There were a lot of choices, and Knight's a very good Talia player as well. I could see a lot more value from Talia, because at that point it's easier to I mean, you can itemize Leandries, right? You can play very safely into Renata Glasscolt.
Especially when you talk about, like,
it's great into Wukong and Akali.
Macro, but like macro when you're behind is very different from macro.
Was Silas banned? No, of course not. He could have played Silas too. The LeBlanc is very weird.
I feel like the best would be isolated.
Yeah, I honestly think, here's what I think happened. I think JDG smashed them in game number 1, was like, these guys are chumps. And Knight was like, lol, I have this Airy LeBlanc build that will be able to smash Akali in lane, and then we just win because these guys are bad. Except that actually isn't how it's worked, and OMG has played a much better game. OMG also trolled their own draft last game. That's what I think happened, guys. That's what I honestly think happened.
control. They've already
This is here's the thing, guys. Sometimes very good teams against mid-table teams or bad teams, if they go up 1-0 in a best of 3, we see this a lot in LCK or LPL. They'll just kind of do something weird. OMG isn't bad, no. They're mid-table.
I can't believe he's got away with that one, but he has.
But the thing is also if you just troll one of your games, then you obviously are just one game away from losing the series. So you could accidentally just give up an entire series that way.
But you've gotten PB got Slash, you've gotten Aki's. No
Is that the Divine Sunder or Gragas? Oh, you know it, baby. It's coming.
For the Dragon coming up in 20 seconds. They'll all be a little bit after, so a lot's going to come down to like how
that's Iceborne, probably.
Stare off or standoff happens right before that objective. We see here steps a bit too close to a ward. No wards there. Aki going to the Cyclone. I'm more surprised by the amount of damage that he has.
Well played. That's actually well played by Aki.
We see here steps a bit too close to a ward. No wards there. Aki
he gets behind him just enough
I'm more surprised by the amount of damage
that he doesn't actually get hit by that. Oh.
But then Aki dodges that route. That route hits. It's a kill. Kanavi guaranteed.
So close to getting that.
Damage that Xayah route does, like you max the E, it really does well.
But again, going into this fight, no hostile takeover. Cyclone will be up soon. But I'm surprised JDG, they don't even want to opt into it, valuing maybe the feathers higher than some of these key abilities, key flashes being down for OMG.
Yeah, Knight going for the tier 1 up in this top side. As it looks like Shanji will start that. Look, we just want to scale up.
The, like,
Rating tier 1 top for Drake. Okay, not a big deal.
Kind of weird. Like, Akali will be able to win those all ins, but of course LeBlanc becomes a bit of like a poke.
Am I going to watch Arcane Season 2? Have they announced that yet?
You have a better front line in the Scion. It just doesn't feel like it will get easier, and you're kind of hoping more that you can outplay OMG on like a human level rather than anything to do with the champions in the server.
And let's be honest, if there's one team that can go into a game saying, we're going to just outplay you, it's JDG right now. Definitely a team with the mechanical skill to do that. Knight goes in onto Aki, Frost across the team here, but it's just the clone that they found damage on.
You know, I want to clarify, I said outdo them on a human level. I'm not saying JDG are better humans. That was a pretty weird way.
You know,
Rise of the Yord Hole? Wouldn't it be the opening of the Yord Hole?
Methinks thou doth protest too much, is it? Yeah, just watch a Shakespeare quote, that'll make me look clever.
Clear for the one person who did hear it like that.
Well, I'm sure they...
Sam. I know you're out there, Sam.
Come on, Sam. Get it together, man.
369 on the flank.
So there's Ruler. 369 actually just gonna go...
369 what?
Perhaps misunderstanding the situation here. 369
What?
This as well. Knight looks for a bit more damage. Shanji straight on in, but...
Okay.
He's unkillable on the Scion. Oh, wait.
Wait, the re-engage comes on through. Missing down, though, and they actually...
Yeah, just double down on the bad decision, JDG. Just double down on it. Guys, okay, guys. 369 just randomly went in there and threw his barrel on there. He's actually just role playing Gragas, had a few too many drinks. Yes, should we engage onto the Renata Glesk, who still has ult up? Yeah, that's the play. That's definitely the play.
An attempt from JDG, but it ain't a good one. And now Knight being chased up. Whoa, Shuriken lands as well. But Knight zips back to his portal and walks away somehow.
PB God even manages to keep himself alive. This time, all of them funneling onto him, but OMG are not playing a comp that you could just funnel into. They thought they found a bit of an opening. They thought they found someone who was exposed, but once again, not the right member. And it feels so hard to do when you have OMG grouped up with Renata around. If Renata isn't there, maybe it's a different story because you're missing those really two key abilities to be able to control zones. Someone alive. We're gonna see here.
They have no vision control. The wards were just swept out up here. There's nobody around here, and JD, look at it. He's got red and white guns. 369 is just like, this is the play, boys. Here comes my cask.
To be able to control zones and keep someone alive.
Oh yeah. I knocked the support out.
does go down. And then we see OMG, rightfully so, want to look for a re-engage, but I guess the perplexing part is here, where JDG are going to look to go on to PP God. They think they found him just trapped out.
Cool. You know, if LeBlanc had damage, she would have killed. She would have killed PP God, but instead the bailout just resets her.
Not even full screen away, like a solid like 5.5
What?
If you have like the really tiny clicks like Faker, then you're doing fine.
I mean, look, they weren't gonna win this game anyway, but that's a pretty troll engage. It's okay, guys. Knight has Void Staff now. It's safe.
More of a T-Mo's kind of guy.
We'll say 3 T-Mos away.
Okay, I'm with you now. OMG
Knight's gonna deal a lot of damage. You guys just wait.
This game as well. With Baron in pocket, 8-1, and I feel like they've not really had that big hero moment for themselves across the course of this game, but they've not needed.
Look, the hero moment needs to be built up by you. You casting to build up the hero moment. So if you start like talking up in anticipation for JDG to do something, they'll do it.
They'll do it. Missing.
Are we done with this game? Can we be done with this game?
Still got health bars.
Can we be done?
Looking for
Oh, I think we're done, guys.
looking to keep their series alive. Ultimate's being blasted on either side. Knight tries to threaten the back line.
Well, I'm afraid I didn't really learn anything about that game except Knight can blast Akali in mid lane with Airy LeBlanc. I guess I learned something. He did have like a 40-50 CS advantage there for a bit, so